Hello, everyone, and welcome to BonVoyage, the travel recap live. Okay, this is your travel talk show on Tuesdays because it's Travel Tuesdays. My name is Alicia, and I am your host. I am also the host of BonVoyage, the podcast in general. That's also pre-recorded on this channel. Y'all can go to the playlist, look at podcasts, and you all will see that right there. And there's so much stuff happening in the travel world that I had to go live to just talk about it. And I had to share my thoughts and my opinions. So we're going to get into it and we're going to start. Hopefully, you are having a great Tuesday. Let me know where you are listening from, and let me know how your day was. So I want to kind of just share how the rundown gonna go, okay? So this is all about travel, hot and trending topics hosted by me. We have a couple of segments. We're gonna get into everything from the Essence Festival to Carnival to TSA, into a couple of things that are happening around the world in this tourism and travel industry. So I just decided, as me, the traveling journalist, that I should come on and chat about it. So let's go. I try to get some people on to talk about their experience, and we're going to see how that goes. But you all have to know that we have to talk about Essence. So, in my first segment, it's called Girl, Did You Go? So it's like, Girl, did you go to Essence? Okay, right. So we have to talk about Essence. It is the hot topic of the weekend. And I want to get y'all's opinions. I want to talk about it from my perspective and just a couple of things that were like put out there. And it was just like so much happening at once. Okay. So I'm going to try to bring up some stuff while we talk. But first, I want to know if you have ever been to Essence before. If you went over the weekend, it's held every year, the same time, 4th of July weekend. I've personally been there before, like a couple years ago, and I enjoyed my time. It was so hot though, and I would say it's a different crowd. Like it was an older crowd when I went there, but there's like the boat rides, there's the parties. I didn't go to any of the concerts because I particularly didn't really know too much about it. I went late, like I decided to go later on, so I didn't really know about the concerts and stuff like that. But always the concerts are like older people, whatever. It's more nostalgic for older people because I feel like that's who their target audience is. But I had a good time, although it was hot. And I also have a vlog on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. I did a whole bunch of different things, but I want to talk about it because this one seemed like it was a lot going on, from people coming online talking about why is there a Target booth, talking about I guess it was like unorganized or like disorganized, I should say. Now I did go through and watch some clips, stuff like that. I could see that the sound was off and different things like that. And they were saying that ticket sales was down and different things or whatever. Like corporations are not, sponsoring and doing money, because of DEI. So I'm like, there's a whole bunch of factors and things that are happening around this whole, Essence Festival thing. But I want us to bring it back to the root of the problem that I want to talk about. And when it comes to Essence, like it is, been going on forever and ever. It's a magazine. We all know it's in New Orleans. We all know it's the same year, the same time every year. And so people do get upset because they're like, oh, they tell us late about who the singers are or something like that, the concerts, but it's just like it's the same time every year. Like they're not changing it. They're not changing the location or nothing like that. So you really can keep up with it, in my opinion. And it's always great. You can have critiques and feedback and different things like that. But when it gets to a point like you're over here writing pages of thread, like what they should do better, when they should do better, I'd be like, did you even go, or did you even know what was going on? Like everybody has these critiques and want to go online and just be rated and like talk so bad about us. And I'm like, y'all, this is social media. Like we cannot just be going in on Essence on social media, like the festival. Literally, I do know that it wasn't uh it wasn't Erica. I get them all mixed up. Her name is literally on the tip of my tongue. It's not Erica Badu. They all are the same to me. Indy Ivory. What's the what's the girl's name? Child. Anyways, they said she wasn't late and that she wasn't performing in front of a lot of people. It was like 30 people or whatever. So someone was like, that could just be like an intimate setting or whatever. But people left because Maxwell was singing. So then I was like, okay, but that is like, it's late, you're ready to go. Like, I can definitely understand certain complaints about what's going on. So I don't want it to be like, oh, people don't complain, people don't complain. But to create a video, a TikTok video of everything, and just to go viral, to just put the culture just on shame on the internet is literally crazy to me. I'm going to figure out who, I forgot her name already. I be trying to prepare and it don't always be preparing with me. So let me see what her name is because it's going to bother me if I don't get her name. What is the lady's name, child? What is her name? Here it is. Ooh. Lauren Hill, that girl, I cannot think of her name. Lauren Hill was not gonna come to me, child. So Lauren Hill, because some people be late. It'd be either Lauren Hill or I don't know if Lauren Hill be late or if it's Erica Badu be late or somebody be not showing up on time, child. One of them, they be late or they don't be showing up. So yes, that's what happened. So there's complaints online, people talking, people complaining, doing all these different things like that. And I wanted to share with you all some perspective if y'all haven't seen it. I don't know if you all know Stephanie Mills' child, but even the patrons was complaining. But Stephanie Mills, baby, she wrote a letter. I don't know if y'all seen the letter, but I'm gonna show y'all the letter. Okay, she was not playing with them. But I don't know. Like, I'm like, did this really need to be put online? Like, she wrote all this. Dear Essence Festival organizers, I'm writing to share my feedback. She said there was challenges with the music and stuff like that. And people were saying that she shouldn't have been on this certain stage. She should have been on another stage. Also, I think when it comes to stuff like this, you don't have to post this if everybody's talking and doing this and stuff like that. Like, I know she has like 1 million followers and stuff, but I'm like, if you felt like, were you trying to get clout from this or not? And you could say the same thing about like talking about the stuff like that. But I'm like, this letter, like you're sending it to them and you were glad to be in the room. And then you're like, oh, now I did hear the sound system. I even heard and I went to go look at a couple things. But I was just like, this right here, it could be a letter and that could be great. So it's not all these complaints all the time on the internet. But I'm like, so what made you post this though? To the internet to show them that you were sending a letter and that's how you were filing your complaint. And the event literally just happened like 3 days ago. Like, y'all. And it's like, do y'all be ready to go up against other events and other festivals so quickly? How y'all be coming up against the Essence Festival? I just want to know. Like, why do y'all be coming so hard against the Essence Festival or like critiquing it so bad and stuff like that? Like, to show all this, I was just like, did this need to be on Facebook? Because, like, that was a lot. Like, I just don't think it needed to be on Facebook and to be shown. But you all let me know what y'all think, if it should have been shown or not. I personally think that that was a lot to show. And then also, if you do not know him, his name is Ryan Wilson, and he is the owner of the Gathering Spot. Now, you can have your opinions about the Gathering Spot. I already know some people have different opinions about it, but he was saying how y'all still be showing up for y'all favorite football team and they still be losing. So you could just keep on showing up. If you don't like him that year, go the next year. He said he's still going to support all of the Essence, going forward and stuff like that. And I was like, that's true. He was like, he called it, the Dallas Cowboys caught a straight because they're never going to win. But it's like, y'all be still going to these football games. Y'all be trying to go to the Super Bowl. NFL does not even care anything about Black people at all. They don't care about the freaking players. But y'all gonna go there, y'all gonna support that team, y'all gonna put your money on there, y'all gonna go to Super Bowl, but then y'all gonna come and talk crazy about the Essence Festival, and then being like, "Oh, it's just sports, it's just sports." No, and then he said, "Why y'all shopping at H&M? Because they called y'all monkeys, and y'all over here Lulu Melon on me." And he literally says that he does not care about the black people's dollars. But y'all want to come for Target being at the Essence festivals when in 2020 Target they had like a 6-year contract, so they had to be there. Now you could definitely boycott Target, and I'm not telling you not to because I think some of y'all be at Target. I don't shop at Target, so you rarely would ever catch me at Target. About one time, and that's just to see the little $1 or $2 things when I have parties. But y'all still be shopping at Target, so y'all don't care that much. And good, you could boycott it there or whatever, that's fine. But as you see, Coca-Cola was really like a big sponsor for that, which is funny because when Coca-Cola first came out, it wasn't even for black people, it was for white people. But that's another conversation for another day. But like y'all still gonna go to Target. Y'all was trying to boycott Essence because Essence had Target there. I do not agree with that. Why are we boycotting Essence, who already has to take a hit? The people were not. I want to say the people weren't purchasing, but they already didn't have a lot of sponsors. A lot of people didn't go. Some people said great. A lot of people didn't go because they were just like, I got into my restaurants. They didn't care. So, but like, we're not going to try and say let's boycott Essence when Essence has been a cultural staple and a nostalgia staple in the community forever, the black community specifically. We're not going to be out here just saying let's boycott Essence. Like that's not what we're doing. And if you didn't go, you ain't want to go. This is not why you didn't go. So did you even have money to go? Like, let's not be like, oh, I'm not going to Essence. It don't look fun to me. Don't look. You just can't afford to go, or you just don't think about going. I wouldn't say you can't afford to go. You just don't want to go. But don't be trying to be like, oh, it wasn't this. Oh, it wasn't that. Oh, like, yes, it's hot. It's New Orleans in July. Okay, we get that. Yes, and so I'm like, you can have critiques, but to just go and be like, oh, I want to boycott. No, we're not doing that. Like, let's not even talk about that. Because y'all still go to Super Bowl, y'all still go to Coachella, and y'all still go South by Southwest. Are y'all boycotting any of those? Because if we want to think about it, overpriced events, they're out there. And y'all still be going to them. And they don't be at a no value. Overpriced events, they just be there. You just be taking pictures, you just be looking. And yeah, at least at the Essence Festival, you know, at least you get to see a sea of black people. At least you get performances. At least you get to eat good. Like you get a whole cultural experience. Okay, it's low key giving like black on black hate, and I don't like that. Like y'all need to chill on Essence because at least they didn't have y'all outside in the rain like Roots. Okay, that Roots festival a couple weeks ago that everybody was talking about on TikTok. They should have been refunding y'all. They wasn't texting y'all. They wasn't updating y'all. Y'all was waiting. And I do understand the part of like the celebrities. They had a different experience than the Roots, and it is exclusivity. I guess they were talking about content creators, influencers. They have a different experience than the other people. Brands are paying them to do content and stuff like that. Now that's a whole different conversation. So we could talk about that differently. But at the end of the day, we're not going to say boycott Essence, but we can talk about the influencers versus regular people and stuff like that, which I mean, at the end of the day, influencers are regular people. So I don't want to say like that, but the hierarchy, that could be a whole nother different conversation. But I just feel like the sound was off. I did listen to some stuff and people were late, and that is definitely valid. I understand that annoyance and that frustration. Not negating that, but like we not about to boycott Essence because they started late and their sound was off. Like what? We not doing that. And so I think that we need to think about that, and we need to kind of have a different thought process. You can have critical thinking, you can have all that, but just don't go. Like, don't get on here talking. And then also because Essence Festival is still going on, and there's been a couple of other people who have had to cancel their festivals because of low funding this year and brands and everything like that. And Essence still made it through. So like, let's not try to say like, oh, let's not go to Essence, let's not do this, let's not do that. And I know 2 festivals that I'm about to talk about that have canceled and doing different things. So I really wanted to come and talk about Essence and like this whole boycotting Essence, like no, and like y'all need to get y'all lives together and quit talking so crazy online about every single thing because you think you're gonna go viral. So yes, like no, ma'am, we're not doing that. Um, that is what I have to say about that. You can let me know if you went to the Essence Festival. You can let me know your comments. If you didn't go or you've been before, just let me know. Like I said, I've been before. So I have different experiences. So yeah, so that's the Essence stuff. And I wanted to lead into this because Tasha Mack, if you don't know, she's the founder of Black Girls in Media. And earlier today, she was on Threads and she was talking about how she decided not to host her annual conference this year. And I personally went to Black Girls in Media Festival in Atlanta, and she's also hosted one in New York. Um, and she said she had to cancel it because she was in the red. And I will say that, like, going to the event, I had critiques and stuff like that too, but I was not on TikTok like, oh, this, oh, that. And well, TikTok was out though, but I was not like, she should have this, she should have that, like, oh, I went to this, oh, I went to that. But I definitely had some critiques. But yeah, I didn't go post it and berate and do all that stuff like that. But I can definitely see also like why people don't go to the event as much, or maybe why it's not as popular and stuff like that. It takes a lot of work. And I think it's like a weekend or something like that. So it's sad that she had to kind of like pause and not host it, but it's like all different things. And so I don't know if she got a lot of complaints or not. I don't really see people complaining about that event, but I've had my own critiques about it. But then it went to New York, so that's a different experience. I didn't go to the one in New York. I went to the one in Atlanta. If y'all went to that one, let me know how y'all thought about that. But I was just like, even that, like seeing that, like how she had to cancel. And this isn't shade to her, but I'm just saying, like, in essence, it's still going through. It's like these are like Black spaces. These are spaces for like Black women specifically. And I think that we just need to be real careful about talking about them and holding them as sacred spaces versus like, oh, we need to cancel this, or oh, we need to do like, I think that we need to think that through. And I always try to be like, oh, we got to talk about this. Oh, we got to talk about that. Oh, we got to share this. Like, no, thank you. And then on that same thread, I think her name is Evie. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's Evie or Evetta. She talked about how she canceled her No Madness Fest. She's the founder of No Madness Tribe, and she has an annual travel festival. It's been in Louisville, Kentucky. It's been in Charlotte. This year, she decided that she wasn't going to have it. I didn't even know, honestly, until today. And how she's like leaning into storytelling because the pricing of everything is getting expensive. It's going up. And so she's like, she wanted to lean into something else that could be more helpful because, like, stories matter and people are not hearing stories or knowing anything about what's going on. And so I just thought that was interesting to just see these three different festivals and then to think about the tourism industry and like how tourism is either going down or up depending on what it is. And then like just traveling on, flights and then airplanes. And I was so nervous to fly on an airplane like I when I went on vacation because it's like you hear all these plane crashes and stuff like that. Like it's just like really a scary time right now to travel, and then tourism, and then you're trying to do these events and plan these different retreats and different things like that. It's just so much happening. So I wanted to kind of give context into those because I was just like, we don't need to be berating all these ideas and all these negative comments on the Essence Festival when they're literally trying to keep something, uphold something in our community and culture. And so I think that we need to talk about that because there's other people that are trying to have festivals that are not having them. And it's hard right now. Everything is expensive. Life is expensive, child. It's expensive to breathe. So I think that we need to think about that before we just start talking and just, sharing all of our thoughts online. So that was, the hot topic. Okay, we're going to go into our new segment. Our next segment. This is kind of like trending news that I've seen. Okay, a lot's going on. Let's talk about it. So I don't know if you heard about it, but on social media they have been talking about TSA. And let's read the article right here. Shout out to who this is. It says, after 20 years, the TSA quietly ended the rule requiring travelers to remove their shoes at airport security, effective immediately. The rule started after the 2001 Shoe B attempt by Richard Reed. I need to look him up, which led to stricter screening for hidden explosives. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that word either. I don't know. Hopefully, it doesn't do anything. But yeah, so we seen this online, but I just went through the airport a couple weeks ago and I had metal in my shoe, and it literally went off and beat, and they had to take and I had to take my shoes off. And I have global entry. So I was kind of upset about this. So I'm like, if this is true, like they need to they need to tell people. Someone said it needs to be as loud as they be yelling, take your shoes off, take your shoes off, take your shoes off. So y'all need to tell everybody that you don't need to remove your shoes. But they do have that technology up to date and ready and stuff like that. So I wanted to share this that you might not need your shoes now. I'm definitely checked, but this is what is reporting that you might not need to remove your shoes while in TSA. Let me know if you had to remove your shoes, if you had a recent flight or not. Let me know if you have TSA pre-check or global entry. Because yeah, this is what's going on right now in the TSA, Transportation Security Administration. Okay. On top of that, at the airport. And let me know if y'all get there 2 hours early or not. So yeah, now they're saying that you don't need to remove your shoes. So I thought I would let y'all know about this. Okay. So next we're going to talk about Carnival. Okay. We're going to remove this one. And we're going to talk about Carnival. My first and only cruises were on Carnival. Okay. So this is this is Carnival. I thought I sent what it said, but I guess I didn't send what Carnival said. But Carnival has, um, you know, added some rules to their stuff. So I'm about to read it. Not all of it, but the main one that people were talking about was the handheld fans and beverages. So it says for safety reasons, handheld fans are not permitted in the nightclub or any indoor dance floor. And then it says, in addition, beverages are not allowed on any dance floor. And I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about that. The handheld fans, I think, came from, Boots on the Ground is a very big song this summer. Everybody's dancing and partying on the boats and everything like that. And so I want to know, do y'all think it's a safety thing or do y'all think Carnival is trying to target a certain audience? Okay. Because now they're like talking about curfews and all this and that stuff. And I was just like, is handheld fans really doing a lot? Like they're dancing, they're line dancing. And now all of a sudden, y'all just coming out with new rules. That's what people do. You come out with new rules. You just say what you want to say to figure out what you want to do. But Carnival has always been crazy. And it's like, it's so many people, it's so much going on. And they have a good time and it's a fun time. So I don't see personally what's wrong with the Carnival. I don't personally see what's wrong with the handheld fans on Carnival. But Carnival has an issue with it. So I want to know what y'all think. If there should be issues with handheld fans on the cruise ship or if it should not be. Okay. So let me know about that. So that was what was trending in the travel news. This is what I'm going to call a TikTok travel story. Okay. So I follow a lot of travel creators on TikTok. This girl told a story about this scammer stealing credit cards and talking about people in Atlanta. This person in Atlanta is on TikTok telling people how to steal credit cards to fly. And I just think that is so crazy. And they take you through the steps about it and everything like that. Basically, and I ain't gonna tell y'all how to do it, but okay, because I don't got time. But basically, the girl, she got stuck in the Atlanta airport because she was supposed to have a layover in Atlanta to go to her next spot. So she did what the girl told her to do, and she had a layover, and then they canceled her flight. And she's freaking out. She's at the airport because she's literally on the layover. And then somebody's hearing her, like the creator who's talking is hearing her saying like, this doesn't work, da 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 da. And she's like, well, why did they cancel it? And so when they cancel the flight, they're refunding it back to the other person, which is the person who has the real credit card, not her. So then she's like freaking out and she's in Atlanta and she's stranded. She's literally stranded in the airport because she tried to scam and get a free trip. And I'm like, this is so crazy. Like, y'all are literally risking your life to travel. And just another thing, it's so much scammers in Atlanta. Like, it's just a mess. Like, you are trying to steal people's credit cards to take a trip. You need to take a trip to jail or you need to take a trip to a job. Like, it's literally getting crazy. Well, it's already been crazy, but like I need us to know the severity of like you are literally trying to scam to get a flight somewhere, and you have to do it so quickly, like right when you get to the airport. So like that actually would make my anxiety even worse. Like, well, travel anxiety, I should say. I probably do have some, but I'm like that would honestly make my travel anxiety even worse because you don't even know if you're gonna make it. If you're not gonna make it, what's gonna happen? Like you don't even know, and I'm just like, y'all are crazy. Like y'all are literally crazy. And so I just want to know how y'all feel about that. But that's what's going on. If it's in Atlanta, if it's wherever. So baby, make sure you check your credit cards, child, because they is scamming to get on a trip. Crazy work, okay? Crazy work. So that is what's trending. My last thing is I want to know, would y'all give up a seat for a kid on the plane? There was this other thing that was on TikTok. This lady was like showing this girl comfortable on her window seat. And there was like a kid crying or whatever. And I guess they were trying to say, like, hey, can I be by my son? I don't even know what happened. But basically, in all, she didn't get up and she's suing Delta and the person who recorded the video. I don't want to say Delta. She's suing the airline company. It might have been Delta. But I'm like, there's this whole discourse online, like, are you gonna move your seat? Da, 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 like, are you gonna move for a kid? So like, at the end of the day, you pay for that seat, y'all. That can need to be the people who book it, the mom who book it, they need to book with their kids and all in mind. Like it shouldn't have to be like, oh, I have to be a nice person and move my window seat, child. And I love a window seat, so baby, y'all, you ain't gonna get me on no window seat, child. I'm sorry. I be hearing kids behind me cry, da, da, da. I be like, whoo, child, whoo, child. But y'all not gonna get me up out that window seat, okay? I might do an aisle, but a middle seat, no. And so I feel like some people feel like they have like you have the audacity to think that like I have to move out my seat for you. And people can be kind, but at the end of the day, it's like it's literally audacity because like, why do you think I'm about to move out my seat for you? So I want to know, how do y'all feel? Would you give your seat for a kid on the plane? Or are you like, no, I pay for that? Period. Okay. I know y'all know which one I'm gonna go for. So yes, that's that. As we wrap up, I do want to share some, good. And so I'm going to highlight some Black women who are hosting trips in and out of the country. I will definitely give a disclaimer. I have not been on these trips. I have I met two of them in person. One person I haven't met, but I just want to highlight and share. You can look into it how you want to, but I want to, add value and just help you figure out like if you're looking to travel, if you want to travel, just want to give you something to like do, just to look into it. So let's bring the stuff up. Okay. So, Karina, I have not met her, but I know she is a teacher in Mexico, and she is actually planning a trip to Thailand. I'm going to try to bring her on for Travel Tuesday, and it is April the 3rd through the 9th of next year. It's Bangkok, Phuket, 7 days. And so y'all can check that out. She's offering a discount, $100 off. Check it out. You can follow her on Instagram. I think it's Karina Around the World or something like that. And you can look. I've never been to Thailand. I've always wanted to go to Thailand, so I might even look into it too. But I definitely wanted to share this with you all because that is next year. And if you know, you got to get your coins together, baby. Okay, period. The next one is actually right in Atlanta. The irony is that it is in Atlanta. And it's a staycation, a wellness series for Black women professionals at the Hyatt. It's actually in a couple weeks. And it is hosted by Crystal Jordan and Shanita Miller. I've actually met both of them. Crystal Jordan does like entertainment PR, and Shanita does like the Black Girls Guide to Atlanta. In Atlanta, right? So this is just some information about it. It says that you can reserve it now, but it's July 18th through the 20th, and it's wellness and it's relaxing and it's just like a staycation to have fun, to meet people, and it's all about just curating a good vibe. So I think that that'll be cool. I'm not able to go there, But I thought that would kind of be a cool thing, a staycation club. Like if you're looking to relax with other Black women, to have a safe space to like, just feel comfortable, meet new people. You're gonna get a chef dining experience. It says valet parking, hotel. So I think it's a cool little, weekend trip, weekend getaway, or even if you're in Atlanta, just a weekend staycation, but you can go there for that. I think that would be fun. But I am in no way like I would say I'm not partnering with him. So I'm just promoting this on my own. I just want to share this, but if you have, different experiences, I don't want y'all to blame it on me, but I just wanted to highlight what I see that is going on in the travel news as well. So I wanted to give y'all that. And I wanted to show y'all, I didn't show this to y'all, so I want to show y'all because I be having all my images ready. So this is what the Nomadness tribe is. If you haven't seen it, that is the logo. And they said that, they're changing and doing storytelling and owning the narratives of communities of color. It is a travel festival for people of color. And then they said that they are getting into storytelling. So, I wanted to have this on there. It's on their Instagram. You can go check it out. No Madness Travel, No Madness Travel Fest. I do believe that is what it is. And so I wanted to show you all that because, yeah, I wanted to let y'all know what was happening. Okay. And I think that was everything I needed to show you all. So if you enjoyed this Travel Tuesday, please let me know if you're watching the replay. Let me know where you're watching it from. Let me know if you feel the same way about the Essence Festival, if you feel the same way about if you would move your seat. Talk about tourism and travel. And then let me know if you might try to go to Thailand or if you're going to try to go to Atlanta. I would love to chat with you in the comments. Thank you all so much for joining this Travel Tuesday. If y'all like this, though, let me know because I might can come back, okay? This was just an impromptu because there was so much going on. I had to talk about it, okay? But I love talking. I love sharing different things. This channel, Life with Alicia, is all about travel, podcasting, lifestyle, different things like that, media, and I'm going to be doing a couple of different things on this channel. So I just wanted to be able to come and chat with y'all. And I do have a podcast called BonVoyage the Podcast. Like I said earlier, you can go check it out now. It's on my YouTube channel and it's on a podcasting app, Spotify, whatever else you do. If you see back here, it says Black Girls Den. That's another podcast that I host. It's video where I talk about things that affect Black women, a safe space for them. If you want to go check that podcast out, you can check that out too. I'll probably put it in the description so you can go look at that YouTube channel. So yes, hopefully y'all have a great night. I will talk to y'all soon rather than later. And we are out of here. Peace out. Oh, we're departing. We arrived. Now we're departing. Where we selling to? Okay, bye. Have a great night, y'all.